Hey, hello everybody. This is Tuesday. It's April, spring 2021. Everybody hoping and praying for a better year than last, unless last year was amazing. So I just want to, we're here this month talking about entrepreneurship, and I kind of had a plan, and then we pivot sometimes in light of experiences and things that occur and happen. And this last week, let me back up. In January 2020, SWAT, which is my mentor, Strategic Wealth Accumulation Tactics, amazing man, Nate Offert. I met him, and he told me and keyword told me to show up at his event the next week. And I am not good at being told what to do, which is, kind of part of the concept of being an entrepreneur, right? Part of that desire within us to be independent. So I said yes. Ultimately, I ended up saying yes, maybe just because whatever was going on in that moment or in my life, we never know. And people talk about all the time, how come you keep going to these things? You've been to them before. But every single time we have an experience, even if it's an experience we've already had, that moment in our life is different. Maybe it's full of joy, maybe it's full of sadness, maybe it's full of struggle and challenge. But we receive things differently all the time. So I want to back up a little bit and say a little bit about me. So I didn't come into this world with this powerful concept of family and parents and protection. I struggled a lot to understand my place in this world, and it took many years. When I was 15. I decided to leave home. I decided to leave school. I got a GED and I got a job. And I discovered really quickly that was not my place on this planet. My place was not in your traditional corporate America. And conveniently today, this was almost exactly 40 years ago to this month that I made a decision that I never wanted to work for anybody ever again. And there was still a lot of challenges in my life. I still, carried around a lot of baggage, and I had a lot of misconceptions and negative perceptions. And, I was struggling, I was hurting, but it didn't impact the fact that I knew that I had the ability to do something bigger. And I bring this up because I'm constantly reminded, and I'm constantly talking to people about the fact that our success, in my humble opinion, and of course that of many other great people I hang out with, is that what we need in our life in order to be successful personally, business-wise, is purpose. If we don't have purpose, we're kind of just moving through it. We're just blazing this trail of, not knowing maybe which way we're going. We don't have a focus. So this is, some of the things that come from my mentor and came from this weekend that I want to share with you. Deep inside of us, we all have a dream. And giving up on our dream means we're potentially giving up on someone else's. I just want to sit and think about that for a minute. Really, if you have a dream and you give up on that dream, my mentor tells this fabulous story about a gold miner who, was 3 feet from it's a longer story, but he gave up at, just 3 feet away from, the biggest gold hit in history. So when we give up on our dreams, we're giving up on someone else's, because behind us and in front of us and around us are people who are counting on us, watching us, emulating us, our children, our grandchildren, our siblings, whoever it is. We might have friends who look up to us. And if we give up on our dream, what are we doing for them? And the other really, really poignant thing to remember is the only one standing in your way of your dreams is you. You're the only one who can stand in the way of your dreams. If you make that decision and you find that purpose, you've done most of the hard work. So, when we grow through diligence and being unique and finding our core excellence, then we can meet, we can find and engage our purpose. And that purpose will drive us to so many greater things. So 40 years I have, my purpose is helping people. I love to help people. I love to do things for people that will enhance the quality of their life. Where does that come from? I don't know. Maybe that was, my God-given gift when I hit this planet. Maybe it came from a culmination of what my childhood and the early part of my life was, and the struggles and the challenges. Maybe it's a culmination of both. But the one thread throughout my entire life is that I love to help people. I love to do things that make something that is more difficult for them a little bit easier, help them through something that is challenging. And as a result of that, I have found myself in multiple businesses over my life. I've been a general contractor because I helped somebody with their house and ended up starting a business. I got a degree in drug and alcohol counseling. I got a degree in criminal justice. I got a degree in psychology. For a lot of years, I was chasing. I had a purpose, but I was still chasing and trying to figure out where to settle into that. And what I've recently discovered is through, I've always understood that having a coach, having somebody to guide you and give you information and help you understand things in your life is pertinent and amazing, and probably an absolute, especially if you want to be an entrepreneur. Finding that person. It's not just about being able to listen to somebody. It's about really being able to hear them. It's about really being able to take in what they say and apply that to yourself. So here's the thing. When a door opens, don't hesitate. I'm a jump in the deep end gal. I'm a slam the door wide open and see what's on the other side. Because we never, ever know. If we go through life with our blinders on, we never know when we've walked right past our dream. So in January, I threw that door open. I said yes. And Nate Offord, who started SWAT, is my mentor today, and a fabulous one. And he also brought me to Coach Michael Burt, who is my business coach. And these two people have changed my life more in this last year than in the previous 56 years. And when I say change my life, I mean growth, personal growth. introspection, understanding myself on all four levels, right? Mind, body, heart, and spirit. Taking those four things and putting them in, as my coach says, and treating them all at the same time, working with them all at the same time, referring to that as the whole person, will change your perspective and give you so much more, especially as an entrepreneur. So those are just some nuggets. Those are some things that I wanted to share with you. I want people to really know who I am, because here's the thing. I keep talking about it and I keep working on it, but I've committed to finish my book by August, or at least my first draft of August 2021. A lot of work to do. Commitments, really, really important to create goals and commitments, and create affirmations, create statements of things that will, because here's the thing. I always believe that we can speak things into existence, and that I can't, and I'll try. Those are not part of my vocabulary. I've learned that we have to speak with intentional language, right? I will. And so I will complete that first draft of my book by August. And what I've discovered over this last year is that I will create a legacy, a financial legacy, through what I do here by helping other people, not just for myself, but for my family. And by doing so, create generational wealth. So I'm going to share a little video with you guys. And then I want to maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll bring in my friends who are on here, and we can, have a little discussion. But I just really want to, say this with all my passion and all my heart. If you have a desire, if you're ready to do something different, if you're ready to take back your time and take control of your time and your financial legacy, you have the power to do that. If that is your dream, then follow your dream. Don't ever let anybody stand in your way, because if you let somebody else stand in your way, that's you standing in your way. So let me quickly share this short video with you. This is kind of just sharing with you a little bit about what I'm doing here and what I'm inviting people to join me to do. So here we go.
Time and money, the two things we all want the most but can't seem to get enough of. There are those who make great money but have little time to enjoy it, or have to sacrifice the things that matter most in life. While there are those who have plenty of time but not enough money to experience what life is truly all about. How is it, after 14,000 hours of going to school from kindergarten to the 12th grade, that not 1 minute was ever spent teaching us the formula of how to achieve both time and money? What is the secret that eludes us on how to make the money that we feel we deserve and be paid what we're worth? And what is the formula that we were never taught how to have both money and time to spend with those we care about the most? Strategic Wealth Accumulation Tactics, or better known as SWAT Financial, holds the keys to achieving that balanced life that we all have dreamt about, but we're never taught how to achieve. As you listen to this, you might be asking yourself, how do I learn this formula and achieve financial freedom in my own life? Well, you're going to be amazed when you find out how simple this really is to accomplish. The key to success in business is finding a massive need, partnering with the right companies who've created an exceptional solution to fill that need, and positioning yourself in the marketplace to capitalize on these trillion-dollar industries. And that's exactly what SWAT Financial has done. Currently, there are over 87 million households in the United States, 7 of 10 of those which rely on 2 incomes to survive. 51% of foreclosures are caused by a death, disability, or short-term critical illness. 50% of men and 33% of women will develop cancer in their lifetime. In addition, recent studies show that close to half of the U.S. population is projected to have some sort of cardiovascular disease in just the next 20 years. That's over 131 million Americans who'll spend over $1.1 trillion on medical treatment or on their funerals. Over 50% of all bankruptcies, foreclosures, and small business failures in the United States are the result of a medical bankruptcy, and nearly all the people who declare a medical bankruptcy had health insurance. More than 50 million households would feel the financial impact of the loss of their primary wage earner's income in less than 6 months. And the average American is 90 days away from bankruptcy if they lose their main source of income. 37% of our population have nothing saved for retirement, and 63% of them are dependent on Social Security, relatives, friends, or charity at the age of 65 for their retirement. The number one fear of retirees is that they're going to run out of money before they die. There's almost $9 trillion sitting in 401ks and IRAs unprotected from market losses and will eventually need to be rolled. And yet the majority of that money is rolled by someone they found online that they don't even know. Over 1/3 of businesses think that they're overpaying in taxes. Forbes magazine initiated an exhaustive 10-year study on taxes being paid by business owners, and to their surprise, found that actually 93% of business owners were overpaying on their taxes, regardless of whether they were paying for a high-priced accountant or not. The study went on to say that the federal tax code and supporting documents to help tax lawyers, accountants, and CPAs to understand and navigate through them totals more than 70,000 pages long. Without a production-minded team who specializes in the area of that particular business, identifying and claiming all of their tax savings is a Herculean task. The average funeral cost is over $15,000, and the average American leaves behind over $35,000 in debt to their surviving family from auto loans, personal loans, and credit card debt. Americans struggle to get ahead financially due to the burden of taxes, tuition, inflation, the rising cost of healthcare, and a myriad of other financial obligations. Mainly, the interest they pay to banks for financing their own existence, paying 34% of the money they earn in a lifetime out to interest. This interest is spent on cars, credit cards, student loans, and mortgages, and this is in addition to paying taxes. About 40 cents of every dollar you earn goes out to taxes, including income tax, sales tax, capital gains tax, property tax, and even death tax. Combining the 34% paid to interest and 40% paid to taxes, this leaves only 26% of our income we earn to provide food, clothes, shelter, healthcare, and the basic essentials for our family to survive. And we wonder why we're drowning financially. Most individuals in our country earn approximately $2 million in income during their lifetime. At age 65, they'll end up with roughly $60,000 in assets, including the equity in their house. This is certainly not the American dream we all grew up hearing about, and we're supposedly the envy of the world. The average person saves only about 3% of their $2 million earned in their lifetime, resulting in only $60,000 in retirement to live on. In America, in the land of opportunity, there's over $1.4 trillion in student loan debt, $420 billion in credit card debt, $9 trillion in mortgage debt, $1.2 trillion in auto loan debt, and 79 million Americans have medical debt. American households combined collectively hold over $13 trillion in total debt, and in most cases are paying high rates of interest. Mortgage protection, life insurance, final expenses, tax savings, retirement protection, debt elimination, each in their own right, are trillion-dollar industries, and SWAT Financial has positioned itself with the right strategic partners to capitalize on all of these markets through their unique holistic planning model, allowing you to participate in this windfall of profits with little or no experience and requiring you to have nothing more than some basic training and a life insurance license.
All right, so why did I show that to you? Well, first of all, it is the video on my my corporate preview website. I showed that video to you for a couple reasons. One, a lot of people today are going into entrepreneurship for a couple reasons. One, they have a desire to work for themselves. They have an idea. They're super excited about thinking that entrepreneurship gives you back all your time. However, being self-employed is it can be a lot more work. I mean, it is a lot more work. You don't go to work at 9 and punch the clock and get off at 5, but the return on investment is so much bigger, right? Imagine being able to control the amount of time you put in or the investment that you make, but have that return on investment be on so much higher level, right? Remember the whole body, or the whole person, mind, body, heart, and spirit. going to a job every day and punching the clock and making somebody else all that money, being told what to do, when to come, when to go, when you could be with your family, that's not feeding our whole body. It's certainly probably feeding our family, putting food on the table, paying the rent, whatever it is doing. But it's also, as you saw in that video, so many of us are going out and we're punching that clock. We're working till our butts off. We're making somebody else wealthy, and then we're still struggling. Remember what I said? Deep inside all of us is a dream. Most of us will never achieve those dreams or find those dreams by making somebody else the money, right? That paycheck is not, it's, there are ceilings, there's places where the growth stops for a lot of people. And the thing is I personally want the opportunity to mentor people, to take what my mentor, Nate Offord, and Strategic Wealth Accumulation Tactics has shown me and mentor many other people to be able to learn to go out and help people. Imagine going out, helping protect a family, helping a family eliminate that debt, increase their wealth, have a much, much higher quality of life, give them a retirement that's tax-free, that they can count on, that will never run out, no matter what. No matter how long they live or what their lifestyle is. Imagine being able to go do that for people. Imagine making sure that children and wives or husbands out there don't lose their home because an unexpected death or illness happens. These are powerful things that we do. Life insurance, some people, it's kind of a dirty word, I guess. And there was a time really I didn't understand either the impact of what it meant to be a life insurance agent. And I probably would have, if you'd asked me 2 years ago, I would have told you, no way, that would not have been my path. However, remember my purpose? My purpose is helping people. If there is that part of you that loves to help people, if there is that part of you that is ready to take back your time, to do something so much bigger for the planet, for the world, for your fellow man, and then for yourself and your family, I invite you to just, reach out to me. Let's talk. So there's that part. There's that little recruiting part, entrepreneurial part. But let me tell you a little bit about my mentor. 8 years ago, he was broke. He had nothing. And inside of 6 months, he had written over $180,000 of business. He's just phenomenal mentor, phenomenal trainer, amazing life guide. And within 4 years, he had an $8 million agency. What SWAT is about is showing you how to do that for yourself, how to utilize your purpose, utilize the many failures that people before us have made in order to perfect a system that allows us to go out and help as many people as we can in a day. Imagine going to your neighbor or your sister or your mother or your brother or your father and saying, hey, you know what? I can help you eliminate that debt, and I can help you increase the quality of your life by increasing your financial foundation, right? What a gift. It's a gift. What we do is a gift. I don't sell insurance. I go out and I help people protect their families. I help people increase the value of their dollar and give them the opportunity to make what they do every single day, to make that skin in the game truly matter. Whether it's protecting their family or joining us and finding that financial freedom and that ability to do so much more. Because what we create here and what my mentor has created is this mass group of people, hundreds of people in our agency who are now six-figure earners, who are looking at having passive income for the rest of their life and generational wealth. Imagine sitting here thinking about the fact that a year ago, guys, yes, I'm successful. I've done okay. I've been self-employed 40 years. I've raised 2 children, 3 grandchildren. I've given them everything they could possibly want. But what I didn't have in place for them was a legacy. What I didn't have in place for them was a generational wealth that will outlive me, my children, and my grandchildren. So when you're thinking about being an entrepreneur, remember that, first of all, it's hard work. Okay. This is not the easy way out by any means. You don't get to turn the phone off. You don't get to stop at 5. You're going to be working weekends, unless you just want the status quo. But if you want something bigger, then it means sacrifice. But the sacrifice is to fulfill those dreams you never thought that you could fulfill. Whether you do it here or you do it somewhere else, just remember, you're the only one standing in the way of your success and your dreams. Thanks. You guys got anything to say? Nope.
Hello.